Hi everybody, hello and welcome. Today we're going to be working on the Correspondance folio, the one that we started a couple of days ago. This is it. Greetings cards go in there, envelopes go in there. That's pretty much it. Can I just say that if you have not already put this piece of paper in place, don't. I've already got mine down and I have a workaround, but if you haven't already put it down, it would be easier to work around it. Having said that, this is the section that we're going to work on today. It's the back of the front flip, and it's just a little piece, but it deserves to be prettied up, I think. So let's do that today. These are the bird books that I'm working out of. The Complete Book of British Birds, which is a RSPB, which is Royal Society Protection, oh my goodness me, of birds. And this one, the Illustrated Book of Birds, which is from all corners of the world, I believe. This is the one I've taken the pictures out of so far, but you know, they're both lovely books, they really are. Beautiful pictures in them. This one possibly has, I mean, look at those blue tits, they're fabulous, I love them. And these two here, I'm guessing one is a daddy, one's a mummy, or maybe one's the mummy and one's the baby, I don't know, haven't read it yet. But that page there is the blue tit page, so it is of great importance to me. And then this one, once again, it's got all the pictures of the birds, and they're perfect. They're quite easy to fussy cut, these ones, because the bird's in colour and the rest's in black and white. But as most of you will know, cutting birds' feet out, yeah, life's just too short really for that. But those are the two books. I managed to get them from either from eBay or Abe Books or World Books or something, and they really weren't expensive at all. And Mr. F has looked them up. They are available in the States. I don't think you need both, to be honest. I happen to have both, but you know, one would see you through. I'm doing two folios actually, one as I normally do, one alongside the other one, and this is what we've got done, what I've got done on this page so far. With that little, I think he's a goldfinch, and I've gone ahead and I've put my metal Tim Holtz bit there, but we'll come to that. We'll talk about that on the next one. I've done the inside of the card. It's gorgeous, isn't it? And an envelope. But we'll discuss all of that when we get round to doing that, which is not today. Today we're just doing this nice little collage. Yes. Right, so let's get cracking, see what we need. I have cut out, oh, not him, this one, and it's the same as the one I've used on the other one. I haven't cut his legs out. I mean, I just haven't. There's just no point. And he's going to go on there. I've cut this out. Actually, this is just an image from the internet. I just wanted some flowers for him to be sitting on. Two reasons. One, I really like the idea of the birds and the flowers being together. And secondly, it hides his feet. Or let's say it hides his lack of feet as nearer the mark. But I just want a couple of them, so I'm just going to fussy cut just two out of there, I think. Just kind of cut round them. And you know, if you've got nice books with flowers in or whatever, I've got tons of books with flowers in, but none that were just right for this particular project. So there we are, we've just got two. I'll just pop them sort of like that so you can't see that he's footloose and fancy free. I've also cut some leaves out from one of the books, I think, and I'm just going to place those kind of around him a little bit. Maybe a couple underneath him. Oops, whoops, whoops, whoops. Yeah, like that maybe. Come on, get a grip. Yeah, like that. So all I want now is just some pieces to put behind him, really. I have been using pieces other than Tim Holtz, because I am aware that the Tim Holtz stuff, although it's absolutely fabulous, not everybody has it. Not everybody is inclined to rush out and buy it either, because, to be frank, it's not the cheapest of things. And I've found some really good alternatives, some sort of workaround alternatives, really. So I'll show you what I've found. Hopefully not knocking that all over. Because I'm at the end of the beautiful coffee dyed paper that Kyung sent me, I have printed some coffee dyed paper out that I'd bought this at some stage. I don't know when, but I found it. It's just pretty, fairly nondescript coffee stained paper that I just printed out on my computer, and I can use it as I like it. This one, oh, I was full sure I was going to remember where I got things. Yes, these come from a shop on Etsy called Junk with Steph. These are specimen labels, volume 1, and she has got, I think, at least 5 lots of labels. They're fabulous, they really are. And they're very sort of Timified, really. But if you just put, digital junk journal labels into Etsy, you will be amazed at the amount of labels. There's 20 pages in this kit, and it really wasn't expensive. But, look, I mean, they are very, very Timmy. And these ones, I think, are a bit geology. I think they're all rocks and stuff, but that doesn't matter. That's fine. So I'm still going. These are still the same set. Where did I get that one from? Ah, yeah, this is the other ones. They're smaller, but of course, don't forget, you can print 2 pages to a sheet. Print 4 pages to a sheet if you want tiny little labels. And these labels came from Lynn Larkin Studios. Vintage specimen labels. Once again, I found it just by putting digital junk journal labels in the search bar of Etsy, and these came up, and these are just perfect, aren't they? Those, I haven't got a clue where they came from. I'll find out in time for the next one. But yeah, loads of really good stuff. Nothing, not having to pay for Timmy, and when they come to an end, you don't have to order more. You just print yourself some more off, which I like the idea of that. So right, yeah, I did in actual fact manage to dislodge all of my stuff, but that's okay, I expected it. I've got way too much stuff on my desk, which isn't helping. Right, so I've got our little birdie there, and I just want to put something down this side. So I'll just move my flowers and my leaves aside, like that, and my bird. And I like these big labels here. It's not going to reach from top to bottom. That's okay. I'm not fussed about that. That'll be fine. I thought it felt thick. I've got 2 there. So I'm just literally going to tear along the top and then just tear down, just to give us an interesting edge to our little collage. It doesn't matter how neat or not neat it is. I'm keeping that side straight. Yeah, that's still too wide. It's still way too wide. What are you playing at? So let's just tear down there. I just want something behind it. Let's see what this looks like. That's just about okay. Just need to get rid of that lumpy humpy dumpy bit there. There we go, that fits nicely. And I want it just so straight with the stitching there. Yeah, perfect, that's great. So let's just ink around that. I'm using Distress Ink Ground Espresso. It's lovely and dark and I like it very much. But, you know, where I'm using all these Tim Holtz bits and Tim Holtz look-alike bits, you could be using something pretty. You could be using flowers, butterflies. I will incorporate some butterflies into this correspondence folio, but largely it'll be birds. But butterflies also, butterflies and flowers. I mean, there's a marriage made in heaven. So if that's what floats your boat, you've already got some butterflies and stuff, go with that. Right, so that's going to go on there. Now I'm just going to do a dry run first, just in case. Now I do want to put some sort of words, stamps, whatever onto there. And I've got some of the Tim Holtz rub-ons. I've used quite a lot of these, as you can see, but just, I mean, that just says number, so I just want something that is a number. There's a number there. Let's use that. So with these rub-ons, where's my scissors gone? You just cut them out with the, as they are, with the backing on, the black on, the white, should I say, it's still in place. Cut out the entire piece that you want to rub on, like that. And then at this stage, you take the white backing off, being careful really not to touch that black writing if you can help it. So where it says number, I'm going to put that down there. And then you take something, you can take a lollipop stick. I tend to use my tweezers, but the other end of my tweezers. But you could use anything. And you just rub it, and eventually, like that, it just pops off. Oh, it's taking a little bit of that 9 with it. Just hadn't rubbed that down properly. See if I can get that back in place. Way. It's about there, I think. Just rub that. A bit keen to get it off, I think. There we go. Perfect. And I like these rather more than stamps. They just look so black and they look like they were always on there. Stamps sometimes can look a bit like a stamp, which, you know, that's all right. So we've got things like locality, habitat, height, flowers, uses, which I don't have any kind of words for, but I do have this section of dates here. So I'm just going to cut off a date, and this says October. I think they've been designed to use all together, but I'm using them separately anyway. You can do what you like. So just peel the black off. I'm determined it's going to be black. It's white. The backing is what I'm trying to say. Like that. Then pop that down where you want it. I'm going to put it down here because I think the central section might be taken up with the bird pretty much. And just rub that down. It looks like it's about done. There we go. So it doesn't take a whole lot. Actually, I have a set as well that are the field notes set, and they do take quite a bit of rubbing. So is there anything more that I want to... I have some words, but they're not really suitable for this. This is a field notes one. Is there anything here that I need? Oh, shall I put figure 1? Well, actually, figure 3 is nearer to me, so I'll use figure 3. And it doesn't really matter what shape you cut this out because it's only the black writing that gets transferred. There we go. So take the white backing off. And put that there, so I'll put that, should I put it up there? Yeah, I'll put it up there, figure 3. There we go. So it really doesn't take long at all. And it looks good, I think. I like it. And I think that's probably sufficient, really. If it's not, if it looks a bit sparse, we can come back to it. There's some gorgeous ones here that I'm dying to use. Look at all these massive numbers, and that number 5 there as well, and the big pointy finger. The rest of the numbers here, the big light bulb, there's loads that I'm dying to have a go at. And I'm saving them, and I do not know why I'm saving them. What project's going to come along that's even better than this? None, really. So that can get stuck down there, and I think we can go ahead and do that now. So, using my EVA glue, my Queen's glue. Now, loads of you ask me about this glue, why it's Queen's glue, blah blah. It is normal glue, you know, that you get to Aleen's or whatever. It's a PVA glue, and it's water based. And sometimes some of the cheaper glues are cheaper because they've actually got a lot more water added to them, and they are the ones that wrinkle your paper, and you know, they're not great to work with. EVA is not water based, and it doesn't wrinkle your paper, and EVA is like what do you call it? Art glitter glue. Art glitter glue is an EVA, but it's expensive, especially over here because we have to import it. It's really quite expensive. Mr. F, however, found a company, a conservation company, that uses this glue, and the company has a royal warrant. Okay, so because it has a royal warrant, I call this Queen's glue. It's not, the glue hasn't got a royal warrant. The company that uses this glue has got a royal warrant. So it's slightly tenuous, the fact that I call it Queen's glue, but I do. So there we go. Right, so this little birdie's going to go on there. I want to see that figure 3. The flowers are going to go underneath them. The leaves are going to go around, but I don't need to put those in quite yet. I just need some collage type things. So let's have a look through my book and see what I've got. I've had it sitting on top of the bin, so everything that was intended for the bins landed on it. Oh, lots of nice things. Let's have... You can take quite a few out, you know, because you can always put them back in. I'm going to leave that one out because I like it. Do I want a yellow one? Maybe just to balance those flowers up on the top. Another one. I mean, they're all nice. You know what I mean? There's nothing to pick and choose between any of them, really. That one. And maybe... Let's have a look, see what else we've got. Oh, we've got loads. Oh, I've got one there that says specimen. No, I'm going to save that. Mushrooms. I don't need mushrooms, I don't think. Ah, here we are. These, once again, aren't Timmy ones. But these are nice, aren't they? Yes. Yes, they are. They are nice. Yeah, I'll just use that one. I quite like that one. Okay, so let's see how far that gets us. It's probably going to be sufficient, I would have thought. So let's see if we can slide these in where we want them to go. So something underneath the bird's head. So right, if I put that there, I'm going to hide my figure 3. So let's move the bird down just a touch to there. So I've got that behind the bird's head, so it really makes it stand out. Quite like that colour, that's nice. Which way up does that go? That way. So let's pop that in there. this one just possibly down there. Don't need a lot. It really doesn't need a lot. Just a bit of a collage, bit of a do. Now then, if I put this yellow there, is that, yeah, that's not right. So I'll leave the yellow for now. I like what we've got. It's kind of something and nothing, but with the stamps and everything else behind it, I think it looks fine. So the thing on the bottom is this. So I'm going to take this off first, ink it and stick it down. So that's the formula with collages. Choose your bit from your bottom layer, get it stuck down, and then move up to the next layer. Oh, wrong way around, wrong way around. So it's going to go down there, just underneath the figure 3, pretty much up to the side. Yeah, that's fine. Then this one, I think, is next. This is the thing, when you start moving them, they all move around and you can't remember. If you find yourself in that situation, take a photograph before you start moving things to glue them. I very often do that. I mean, in this, there's only a couple of pieces of collage, really. So it's, you know, it's not a big deal. But if it's a big, complicated one, like, for example, on the cards, etc., then I like to take a photograph. There we are, that's grand. Let's go in there. Want this under there. That's a nice one. It says histology. I like that. I don't think you'll see the histology ever again because it's going up under the bird and under the flowers. So, you know, it's a gorgeous label being hidden, but we know what it's. This is the thing with collage, you have to be prepared. And working in layers at all, you know, mixed media, anything like that, you put loads of layers on and then proceed to cover them up. And lots of people say to me, well, why did you do the first bit? You know, you've covered it up. Because without the first bit, the second bit wouldn't look any good. Let's pop that there. I think that'll be okay there. So the next thing is the bird. Now I have already just inked around him, just not really inked around him, more like the thickness of the paper really, just to take that white edge away. And this is out of the RSP, not PCA, that's children, RSPB book. And I think if you were to get that, you'd have virtually all the pictures you'd need. That's, he's going there like that. He looks fine, doesn't he? Looks nice. Let's just get that bit of glue up there. And the flowers. Now they just need the same sort of thing. Just, I don't really want to ink the edges. I just want that white to go. So I'm very lightly just touching on them. Like that. Okay, and that's going to go there. Like that. So I'm going to bring that up to where that stops, so we don't have an abrupt stop there. Yeah, that's fine, that's good. And before this, I'm not going to press it down firmly, because before I press it down I want to put some leaves in. So I'm kind of going to just place that where I want it, and then look at these leaves. Now, I thought I had actually inked around them, but I haven't. So I want this one kind of at the front, I think, if it's going to fit. Yeah, just fits there. Lovely. And then I've got room for another couple. So anytime you're sat in front of the telly and you're a bit bored and you're not interested in the sport that hubby's watching or whatever it may be, get yourself your bird book out, cut the flowers out, cut the butterflies if that's what you're doing, or cut your birds, so you're ready for action. And that's just going to slide up there, just room for that. And then this one maybe as well, hopefully we'll have room for it. It's difficult to put these in before you put the flowers in. Let's just see if I can. Yeah, I've got room. Great, so I'm just going to put that there, but come down at a bit of an angle, like that. Yeah, that's fine. So press that all down now, that's all done. And that is our collage for the inside of our flip. Simple as that. Really easy. Oh, you're a goodly way away. I hope you could see what I was doing. There we are, I'll bring it up to you. Sorry, next time I'll make sure I'm closer in, because I'm sure you couldn't see what I was doing there. Okay, so that's it for today. Nice short one. So if you're trying to keep up, this is a good one to get you going. So there's our two birds. What there's a saying about two birds, but I can't even remember what it is. Anyway, I'm off. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've decided to do this project and you're keeping up with me. Bye.